Good morning, Unity. Please rise as you are able and join us in our opening praise songs. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening.
Thank you. I forgot about that. I need a microphone. Welcome to Unity of Houston. We're so delighted that you joined us today for our celebration service. Now is your turn to welcome each other to this service in whatever way feels right to you.
I'm going to talk a little bit about a little bit. Hi. Oh, good morning. How are you? See you. Right.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Amen. Welcome you all. We're here for one reason.
Whatever it is, God's got. Whatever it is, I hear y'all. God is moving every day. Oh yeah, God's got it. Whatever it is, I trust in God. Come on and sing it.
Whatever it is,
I know,
God's got
I
it.
know God's got it.
Whatever it is,
Oh yeah,
God is moving every day.
I know,
God's got
I
it.
know God's got it.
Whatever it is, I trust in God. Tell him, Siobhan, tell him.
Let me tell you a little story about how my life got turned around when I put my heart in God. Everything started working out, yeah. Every day became a blessing. Whatever had me stressing, I know God's got my best in mind. So whatever it is, I know,
God's got it.
you know God's got it.
Whatever it is,
Oh yeah,
God is moving every day.
I know,
Unity of Houston, in partnership with Compassionate Houston and their Compassion Through the Arts initiative, is proud to present Oh Honey, an evening of sweetness for bitter times. On Tuesday evening, November 11th, as part of Compassion Week 2025, Unity Fine Arts welcomes guest poets Rosemary Watola Trummer and James Cruz to join Michael Gott, songwriter Gary Norian, and myself for an evening of lyrical poetry and music. This Compassion Week is free and open to the public, courtesy of Unity Fine Arts, generously underwritten by the Bosarge Family Foundation, and established to foster collaborations exploring the interfaces of music, science, psychology, and spirituality. This collaboration grew from an email to James, followed by a Zoom call with Rosemary, Michael, and myself, discussing the theme of Compassion Week 2025, which is Small Acts, Big Change. Oh Honey is actually part of a line of one of James's remarkable poems, and it inspired a lively exchange about what is really needed now. And we'll continue that exchange together here in the sanctuary on Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 p.m. We hope to see you here.
Oh, honey, you don't want to miss it, I'm telling you. A few other things going on. It is our annual volunteer fair today, and I'm going to invite Reverend Sidney Klein, who is our Director of Sacred Service Ministries, to come out and tell us all about it.
Hello there. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. So it is a very special day today. We have our volunteer fair happening out in the courtyard. You may have seen the activity as you were coming in this morning. We invite you to come out and meet some of our incredible team leaders. They're eager to share with you how they serve this ministry, and they would love to share with you more about what they do here and about how you can be of service if you would like to here at this ministry. Some of the teams we have out there this morning, we have our Unity in the Community, which has a huge effort through your love and donations of helping the underserved and making such a difference in our city. We have our Youth and Family Ministry, and they just had a magnificent trunk or treat this past weekend. They do so much wonderful good here. Our media team, which brings this service worldwide. Without our media team, people would not be able to stream and watch us all over the world. So we have opportunities in our media team, our photography team, our animal kinship ministry, which through your donations provides thousands of pounds of food for animals that wouldn't have food otherwise. So we will invite you to come out there, be with us. They also are signing up for our Thanksgiving potluck, which will be happening on Thanksgiving Day, and it takes about an extra 100 people to bring forth our most beautiful holiday services. So you have an opportunity to come sign up for holiday services, for our Thanksgiving potluck. So if you're feeling that nudge, or you just want to learn more, come out to the courtyard this morning after service and let us visit with you more. We would love to connect with you and to answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much. I'll see you out in the courtyard. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. So I want to let you know, as you may or may not be aware, but because of the government shutdown, SNAP benefits ended yesterday, at least temporarily, and so it affects a lot of people in Houston. So Unity in the Community will be accepting donations. If you go to their table in the courtyard today, we will be partnering with a couple of organizations in town. We know they're about to be swamped. All the food banks are going to be overrun, so we want to do our part to help. So you can go out to the table and you can donate, or you can find it on the website as well. It came to our attention that we knew this. We have a lot of people in our community who are from the Caribbean, Jamaica particularly, and they have family that were deeply affected by Hurricane Melissa. So we are currently researching some boots on the ground organizations that we can support directly. So stay tuned for that. We'll be letting you know. We'll be putting it on social media. We'll be talking about it here next week, and it'll also be on our website as soon as we get that figured out. But we're doing our research right now. Next Sunday is Celebration Sunday. This is the moment where we celebrate all the things that happen in Unity of Houston in a year, and it's also the culmination of our Touchstone program and of our annual Pledge program. We do it up big. So we're bringing in Gary Lynn Floyd. Some of you were on the Unity cruise to Alaska. Yes, some of you met him there, an incredible musician and longtime friend of mine. He'll be our guest artist with our choir, all of our own soloists. It's going to be a fabulous day. And Keith Vivens is going to be back in the house, both in the service and leading the band out in the courtyard. The dance floor, we are a church that owns our own dance floor. Need I say more? And we will have it out in the courtyard, and we'll have food and lots of fun and family activities. That is next Sunday. Tell everybody you know to come join us next Sunday. On the 16th is new member orientation. That's 2 weeks from today. You've been coming to Unity for a while, and you think maybe it's time that you just kind of make it legitimate. Come on up. There's going to be a minute. That's the way we do it. So the only difference really is that the only thing you're not allowed to do as a non-member is to vote. If we ever need to sell a property, if we ever need to do anything that requires our legal body, which are the members of Unity Houston, to vote, we would need you to have taken this class and then to be a part of our new member ceremony. So go on the website, find out more information about that, and sign up. And now we're getting close to the end of our Pledge program, and I'm going to invite one of our co-chairs, Phoebe Warren, to come tell us where we are.
Hi. As one of the three campaign chair for this year's campaign drive, I want to say thank you from the bottom of our heart to all of those who have already made their pledge, especially the first-time pledge givers and the people who have increased their pledge amount. And I want to encourage the rest of you to please grab a pledge card at the back of the lobby on a table back there and make your pledge today. So I'm here to introduce the next person to give us a testimonial, Jackie Washington. I had the pleasure of getting to know her yesterday when we were both on the inaugural Stacy Collins 10K walk. So anyway, I look forward to hearing all that she has. She's a wonderful person, a longtime Unity member and volunteer, and I look forward to hearing what she has to say. Thank you.
Good morning, Unity of Houston. To the ministers, board members, and congregation, my name is Jacqueline Washington. This is my testimony why I give my tithes to Unity of Houston from my consciousness and heart. It begins with Jacob's dream at Bethel, which is better known as Jacob's ladder. And Jacob dreamed there was a ladder set up on earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. God mentioned, "Behold, I am with you wherever you go," to Jacob. Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. How awesome is this place?" So Jacob rose early in the morning, set up a pillar, and prepared oil on top of it, and called the name of the place Bethel. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, "If God will be with me and keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, and all that thou givest me, I will give the 10th to thee." Genesis 28:12 and verses 18, 20, and 22. Before I began tithing, I was always challenged financially. After paying obligations first, during the month there was a sense of lack, not having enough of this and that. In 2011, I took Prosperity Plus, facilitated by Associate Minister Farrell Mann and Mary Marcy. I met the requirements of volunteering, tithing to the class, and Sunday services for 10 weeks. Reverend Farrell always reminded our class, and quote, You can't beat God's giving. You can't beat God's giving. And I believe and know that's the truth. After completing Prosperity Plus, however, back to my old habit of paying obligations first and then sometimes church. One morning in 2015, while in meditation, the still small audible voice said, "Make a vow, begin tithing." I remember the vow Jacob made to God, Spirit, to give back the 10th for the many blessings of the basic necessities, food, clothing, etc. I made a commitment to tithing. On February 28, 2016, I became a member of Unity of Houston. In June 2018, I retired from the United States Postal Service after 41 years of service. That blessing entitled me to commit the vow of tithing. I started tithing my monthly pension, the gross amount, and not the net amount. I'm just saying. Each year, I am able to increase my pledge to give back to Unity of Houston. I would like to invite the congregation to consider tithing to Unity of Houston. Make a vow to Spirit and give cheerfully from the heart. For example, you can start as small as $1 to $12. That comes to $12 annually, for example. Be consistent and make tithing become as second nature. I would like to mention dear friends in my life who give me extra money. One friend I take shopping and to doctor's appointments. The other friends I feed their cats when they go out of town. That extra money is included in my tithes to Unity of Houston. As a result from tithing, I have received blessings upon blessings of spiritual awareness, success of family, friends, health, retirement, and prosperity. In conclusion, Jesus the Christ, our way shower, elder brother, master teacher, and example said this: "Give, and it will be given to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put in your lap. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back." Luke 6:38. And so it is. Blessings of love and peace.
I guess.
Right on up. All I was going to say is that next week is Celebration Sunday, where we celebrate all good things that are happening here, and it's the end of our pledge drive. So if you haven't made your pledge yet, please help us get to our goal of 400 individual pledges and $1.4 million. Thanks.
Thank you, Stevie. Thank you so much. Stevie, one of our pledge committee chairs, thank you so much. Jackie Washington, that was beautiful. So if you're new to Unity, we invite you to just be a guest today and to receive and to find all of the ways that you can get involved in this community. We have so many programs and activities, and we just invite you warmly into all of them. And as Reverend Michael, who's sitting right here, always says, but I'm still going to quote him, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome at Unity. And today, after the service, if you're here in person, you can go out to the welcome table. It's the first one out in the courtyard, and we have a gift for you. And now in our time-honored tradition, beginning our service, our time together, spiritual time together with meditation, I invite King Gale to come out and sing us into our time of meditation.
I am a child of the living
So I invite you, if you haven't done so already, to close down your eyes, or perhaps just lower your gaze. Take a moment to arrange your body in a way that allows you to feel both comfortable and supported, alert and yet relaxed. And simply breathe. Notice that you can rest in the awareness of your breath simply by placing a gentle attention on the inhalation and the exhalation. Those beautiful words, we know and affirm we are indeed children of a living God, made in the image of perfect love. So we can take this time in the stillness, in the quietness, to surrender to that goodness within us. Now the mind will do its surface level chatter. The body will call your attention with its different tensions, perhaps some discomfort, perhaps things that you notice. Sounds arise. All the surface level content that is happening, we let it be. For underneath all of that, greater than all of those things, we are surrounded, uplifted, fully embraced by the perfect love of the divine. And so we rest. This vast, infinite space, great enough to hold all things. If there's any area in our lives that we are holding outside of the perfection of God, holding ourselves outside of the love of the divine, holding another outside, we can invite them all in to this space and let the transformative and healing work of the perfect love of the divine do what it is, what it does. No effort on our part, just an openness, a willingness, a release, a surrender. So what I know and affirm for every human being on this planet is that this perfect love is being realized in them. It is available to each and every one of us. It is always there despite our circumstances, despite whatever's going on in our lives. We can always come home to this truth. And in this truth lies freedom, lies peace, lies joy, creative expression. And we're only ever one conscious breath away. And so as we close our time of meditation, the invitation is to always come back into this space at any time and surrender to the perfect love of God. And so it is. Amen.
It's a long way up when you're shooting for a star, and it's a long fall down if you don't reach quite that far on the first try or the next try. Just try to see these moments have a reason, and this reason leads to some place where you never thought you'd be, except for in your dreams. The hardest part of dreaming is learning to believe with all your heart that what you will achieve is only the beginning of what your life was meant to be right from the very start. Hold on and see that when your dream comes true, as it surely will someday, you'll know the greatest part of dreaming is the dreamer you become along the way. Your dream beats loud and strong every minute, every day. And when you think you're losing grip, hold on before it slips away. But you won't stop, 'cause you can't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop believing in your power, the power of the faith and strength that's there to see you through. It lives inside of you. The hardest part of dreaming is learning to believe with all your heart that what you will achieve is only the beginning of what your life was meant to be right from the very start. Hold on and see that when your dream comes true, as it surely will someday, you'll know the greatest part of dreaming is the dreamer you become along the way. A world of hope and destiny surrounds you. Every day another dreamer finds their way. So when you feel there's nothing left in you, reach down deep for the best in you, and from that day you'll never be the same. With all of your heart, what you will achieve is only the beginning of what your life was meant to be right from the very start. Hold on and see that when your dream comes true, as it surely will someday, you'll know the greatest part of dreaming
I know I don't have to tell you all this, but we are really grateful, aren't we, for our music team. We are so blessed that we have such talented musicians and songwriters that use that art form of music to open our hearts, to bring us more fully into the present moment, and that's what it's all about. So I'm so grateful. Yeah, let's give them one more round of applause. That was awesome, Gary. I am so incredibly grateful to be with you all on this first Sunday of November. We had a time change last night, and I know you probably have some preferences and opinions about it getting dark earlier, but let me tell you what happened with me last night. I felt like I was a kid on Christmas Eve. You know, kids on Christmas Eve are very excited and waking up with anticipation early the next morning to open up their gifts. And I knew when I went to bed last night that Santa was going to bring me an extra hour of sleep. And I thought, thank you, Santa, is all I ever wanted. That's why I call an adult Christmas. He can give me that anytime. So I was very grateful for that. And so today is week 5 in our Heroic Journey series. And if this is your first Sunday, join us. Don't worry, there'll be something in here for you. And if you've been following along, perhaps just with the Sunday's messages or in a spirit group, I know and trust that there have been things revealing themselves for you along the way in your own path. And that's what it's all about. We're all on a quest. Sometimes an unconscious quest, sometimes a conscious quest. We're all on the hero's path together, although it may look very different. I'm so grateful to Maggie Cole, who was here last week, and I'm sure she's watching today. She was phenomenal. She and Michael Gott talking about this idea of crossing the threshold. The hero's journey, the Joseph Campbell work, you're in an ordinary world. We find ourselves day to day, maybe even the mundane. Something starts to stir us. Something starts to feel like this has stagnated. Something maybe says something's got to change a little bit. Or maybe a change is foisted upon us, something we didn't want. We're like, how do I be with this? And so we take this journey into this other world. Things don't look like they used to. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. And so this week we're talking about the sacred return. And the sacred return is the part of the journey where the hero, the shero, has gone, and they've collected a boon, an elixir, a gift, and they come back and bring it to the community. And I find it interesting that there's no place that says, okay, you get the boon, you're done. Go take a nap, go sleep, that's it. No, there is the bringing back. What does it look like to live back in almost the ordinary world, but to see it with new eyes? Because when we've allowed ourselves to be changed at depth, when we've discovered things that have been lurking in there and we've released and healed them, when we've discovered capacities that we didn't know that we had and expressed them, the world may not have changed, but we have changed. So for us, the world has transformed. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And to keep myself on track, because I shared with Reverend Michael, I was so excited about this talk. About 24 hours ago, I had about 32 different index cards, and I thought, oh dear, that's not going to work. And so today we're going to talk about the nature of the quest. We're going to talk about what the true nature of the quest is and how sometimes we can make it harder on ourselves when we misperceive what's happening. And then we're going to talk a little about how the boon, the blessing, that we bring it back and how to recognize those blessings. And then I'm going to exaggerate a story for you, but just for fun. And then we're going to talk about living in the sacred every day. And the story I'm going to exaggerate a little bit for you is some of you are aware that a couple of weeks ago, my husband and I completed an ultra marathon. It was 100 kilometers. Yes, thank you. 100 kilometers. And we had decided to do this back in January, so it's been a long time of training, and some of y'all are probably tired of hearing it. Well, however tired of you're hearing about it, I'm way more tired of training for it and talking about it. And Chris and I talked about the idea. We've been married for almost 30 years now, and even this, though, was a challenge to our marriage like no other, because we walked and ran beside each other for 21 hours straight. Okay, so we said to each other, let's make a deal. What happens on the trail stays on the trail. Because we knew we weren't going to be our bright, shiny selves. But what happened to that promise for me is, I'm standing up here with a microphone, and I've got a stage. So I may not be able to completely keep that promise, but I'll be kind. I'll be kind. So a little bit more about that later. So when we talk about this nature of the quest, Sometimes there is a pull, or there's a vision. We have a goal. We see something, maybe it's not even fully out-pictured. Don't know exactly. We just know that we're being called to something greater, calling for something to be different. And then there's, like I said, there's other times where all of a sudden there is a responsibility that has been placed upon us that we didn't ask for. Maybe we didn't see it coming. There's grief, there's loss, there's separation, there's all kinds of things. So the context of the quest looks different at different times for all of us. And it's not just one thing that we're born and then we tick off these check boxes and we get to the end and we're done and we get a prize. This is constantly, we are endowed with this impulse, this creative impulse for evolution and for growth and expansion. So we are constantly unfolding more and more of the truth of who we are, which is, as Ken so beautifully saying that Michael got song, we surrender to this perfect love of God, and we reveal more and more of that as we heal our things and see our things along the way. And that's what the journey is really about, the heroic journey, is we see things we didn't see before because we're in situations we've never been before. And so if the idea is to be successful at it in our typical ways of what success looks like, if our idea is that to be a successful hero along the journey, I'm gonna make the world conform and look to the way that I want it to. Anybody have that thought sometimes? Or I'm gonna use my will and my grit and I know exactly what is needed from me and I'm gonna push and push and push. And that's gonna be the culmination of the journey. So whatever energy that we have for the quest, you can feel how already I'm exhausted thinking about that. That I've got to try and I've got to make all this happen. And not only do I have to change myself, I have to change the world because look at the world and it's messed up and da-da-da-da-da. It's exhausting. And then there's also this pressure of what if I get it wrong? What if I get it wrong? And I love Carolyn Mason, her book, Entering the Castle. She said, you don't follow divine instructions because you're guaranteed to be successful. You follow divine instructions because that's what you were instructed to do. And I know sometimes it's like, well, how do I know if it's the divine or not? How do I know this is a divine instruction and not just my ego telling me to do something? It's a big question. And I love what Dr. Howard Thurman talks about, this idea that every one of us has something within ourselves that waits and listens for the sound of the genuine. We all have the sound of the genuine within us. And he said, and if we can't hear it, we're never going to get to where we want to go. And that's not to make it sound like that's hard. Oh gosh, I got to listen for the sound of my genuine. I can't hear it. Maybe I missed the call. My phone said it was spam. That was probably the call of the genuine. Oh my gosh. No, it's very easy. It's not hidden from you. The call of the genuine is never hidden from you. And though, it can be obscured. It can be obscured when we pile so many things up on our lives, expectations of ourselves, expectations of others, wanting things to look a particular way, creating heroes and villains and being all consumed with surface level content. Now don't get me wrong, some of this surface level content needs to be attended to. We have real responsibilities. We have things that we can't escape. What I'm talking about isn't an escape here, but it's underneath all of these things. What is it that is alive in you? What is it that's actually being called for? Because sometimes what we interpret as what's being called for isn't actually needed. Anybody done that before? You thought you were being really helpful, either to yourself or someone else, and actually, that's not at all what was needed. So when we talk about the boon, the gift, what is the gift along the journey? And we're constantly receiving this. And sometimes it can get confusing because the boon is also a blessing. It's something that we feel blessed by. And we are so good, the human mind is so good at categorizing things. It does it before you even know it. You see someone, you put them in this category. Something happens, it's good or it's bad. I wanted it to happen, I didn't. I could have done better, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, all those things. The mind is constantly doing that. And what we're actually being invited to fully experience the richness of the quest. To not just achieve and then, you ever notice, has this ever happened to you, that you set a goal You completed something, you did it, and instead of feeling really great that you did it, you're like, what's next? Or, I could have done a lot better on that. I did it. I actually did the goal, but gosh, I wish I would have looked good doing it, or whatever it is. Yeah? So there's a richer, deeper truth here that it's actually the traveling itself, the journey itself, all of the dead ends and side quests. I spent about 10 years on a side quest off the path. All of those things that don't look like they're heading you in the right direction, if you keep in here, if you listen for that sound of the genuine, they're actually revealing something to you. And if you try to move too quickly through them, you're skipping over steps, you're skipping over things that were there to actually teach you something beautiful, to offer you a gift of liberation from a limiting belief or a habitual pattern, whatever it is. These things are all gifts. I'm reading a book right now by Brian McLaren, and it's called Naked Spirituality. And he talks about the idea of that one of the reasons that Jesus was such a powerful teacher is that he turned everything on its head. He really caused people to, whatever the way you're looking at things, but have you considered this other way? I know you're concerned a lot about your own security, and I know you're concerned a lot about what you're going to wear, and those kinds of things consume, but have you ever considered that God takes care of the sparrows and the birds and the creatures, and in the same way you're being cared for? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about you can worry all the time and not add 1 inch to your life? Or a cubit. I love the cubits, just this to here. We all got a cubit. Everybody in here has got cubits. And we can't add 1 inch to our life by worrying. We can't add that cubit to our life by worrying about things or trying to control them. So Brian McLaren says that Jesus, in a genius way, taught us the advantages of our disadvantages and the disadvantages of our advantages. So all the ways that we think sometimes maybe we're going to gift the world with our opinion or gift the world with our doing, and sometimes we do. But Jesus said, hang on a minute. Maybe that's not what's needed here. And all of the ways that we think we're limited or that are slowing us down, or that we look at and say, yeah, but nothing's happening over there. Well, maybe that's an advantage. So if a boon is a blessing, and this is one of the things that we are on their journey when we recognize that this is an insight. You might look at it as an insight or a revelation that you first receive for yourself and then you bring it back to the community. Jesus blessed us in many ways with his teachings, and no better than the Beatitudes. And the Beatitudes are a perfect example of how things that we wouldn't think are blessings, Jesus is saying, but they are. He said, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Do you see all of these things in the human mind that we wouldn't at first glance call as, that looks like somebody being successful? You see that person poor in spirit over there? You see that person mourning? Wow, they're living their best life. And yet, we are all going through these experiences all the time. And we can look at poor in spirit in a metaphysical term, in a surrender. Like that song, we surrender to God. We surrender to emptying ourselves of how we think things should be, or we think we need to be in order to please ourselves, in order to please others. And instead we're being asked to, what if I don't know? What if there is something greater in me, moving through me, that knows exactly what it is that I need to express here, or knows exactly what I have available to me, capacities that I would never have claimed for myself, but they're in there. But I have to get everything, the self that I've constructed, out of the way, empty all that to know and to receive. And when we mourn, that's a very real part of the human experience, whether it is the loss of a loved one or whether it is a part in our life, a phase in our life that has ended, whether we wanted it or not. Sometimes, have you ever noticed this? You got the change you wanted, and then you're like, so why do I feel sad? You got a new place to live, and you're like, but I miss my old place. My kids are growing up, I'm celebrating going to college, but now I miss having them at home. There's always this place of endings and beginnings in our lives. And when we mourn, something shows us there's something very valuable in this relationship, something I treasured in having this part of my life. And I can honor it, and I can be with that feeling. And if I don't move too quickly past it, then it informs and enriches and enlivens my life. Because here's the thing with the boon. If I'm willing to be with all of these things and be with my own stuff, then when I heal myself of these, and make no mistakes, not me doing the work, but when I allow the work to happen, when I remain open for the work to happen, then I'm so much nicer to you. I'm so much kinder and compassionate to everyone we meet. It's not about going out and getting the boon and coming back and saying, hey guys, I figured out how everybody should be doing stuff. I got the answers now. And it's tempting, wouldn't we all just love to have the magical answers to heal the world of its division, to make everybody just get along and love each other, to help everybody see that we're all one? If we had some magical elixir to do that, wouldn't that be wonderful? And yet it begins with us. It begins with me. And however I can find in myself all these places that I've had to be okay with it not looking perfect, I've had to be okay, and I thought, oh, I didn't think I was a judgmental person until that person cut me off over there. I thought I had healed all my need for approval until that person said something not great to me. All those ways that we make space for what's our own inner experience. Then when we meet our friends, when we come back home and we see how people are and where they're at in their journey, we don't do it from a place of judgment. We do it from a place of, like our week of compassion. Oh, honey, I've been there. I'm still there in some ways. Not from I've been there and I've healed all that. I've been there and I still go there sometimes. And I know how painful it can be. I know how painful it can be when I believe that I'm separate from God. I know how painful it can be when I believe that I'm the victim of this or that. And so instead of trying to change people, we get to meet them exactly where we are. And it goes too, not just with the mourning and with the grief and loss or feeling emptied and surrendered. When we talk about the hunger and thirst for righteousness, when we talk about the idea of wanting to know what is it that's true here? What is Spirit revealing here? There's great joy and liberation and freedom when we find that. When we set ourselves free of the way we thought we should be. You've probably heard this before, sometimes we got to let go of who we thought we should be in order that we might be what we are meant to be. But you can't be holding all your shoulds and still receive all the things that you were meant to be and allow those to come through. Because you're too busy picking your shoulds up off the floor. You're too busy worrying about how you should have been with something. And so when we come back home with the boon of, I accept myself, I can be authentic in myself, people know it when you meet them. Have you ever felt that with a person? The calmness, the serenity. You know that they're not claiming to be a perfect person. They're not claiming to have everything figured out. That's a big red flag, actually, if that happened. Come to me, I've got everything figured out. But instead, there's a humility there, but also empowerment there that happens when you realize that even you've traversed these trials, you've traversed the obstacles, you don't come out egoic about it. Instead, there's actually a humility that happens. There's a humility that happens in the way that you know that we are all experiencing some level of this and some level of that. Because here's the thing, I'm a mystery unto myself. I put my glasses in the refrigerator a couple of weeks ago, and I have no idea why. My husband sent me a picture of it on the way to work. Sometimes I think I've got something figured out, and then I act in a way that I think, really, Stacy? That's what you chose to say in that moment? So if I cannot claim to know all my own motivations at every moment, or the reason I did this, or the reason I said that, or why that thing upset me, but this thing didn't, and it should have maybe, then how can I put that upon another human being that, hey, this is what you should be doing on your journey. This is what you need to be doing. Let me tell you how you can get stuff figured out here. So it's all about when we come back to the community, when we have our boon, in which way that we've set ourselves free, that's the true gift. That's the only gift we ever need to give, is the gift of being our fully authentic self. And so one of the things that we can do to cultivate, because that's the other thing Howard Thurman said about waiting and listening for the sound of the genuine, is that this must be cultivated. And we can cultivate it through spiritual practice. And so now I'm going to tell you a really exaggerated story. No, I won't exaggerate too much, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the 100K that Chris and I did. So when we decided to sign up for this thing back in January, it was because, first I'll blame Chris, because he turned 50 last year, and he decided when he turned 50 he was going to go to Thailand for 3 weeks and do a Muay Thai kickboxing camp. And he invited me, to which I politely said, I don't think Michael would let me go. I do not want to go. And so I turned 50 this year, and in January he said, so what you going to do for your 50th birthday? I said, well, not that. I said, but there is something calling me. I want to do something that requires endurance. That word kept coming to me, endurance. I said, I wonder if I could do 100 kilometers. I wonder if I could go in a race. And Chris just kind of looked at me because he's like, you've been taking a break from running. And I was like, yeah, but it's only been, 4 years? And so we trained, and we trained, and we trained. And when we got to the thing itself, what I realized is that the thing itself was a thing, but it wasn't the thing. The thing was what I have learned about myself in these months of training. The thing was every time I got out of bed to go on a run, and nobody was watching, nobody was knowing I was going to do it. It was 100 degrees outside, and I could have just stayed in bed. And what pulled me out of there? The thing was seeing other people all running all over Houston, walking, being in nature. There were so many things that I experienced in the day-to-day just grit and grind of it. So then when it got to the thing, yes, it was a tying a bow on it. It was a culmination. And yet, it wasn't my fulfillment. Does that make sense? Even if it had gone completely sideways, and it almost did. We got in that thing, and about 2 hours in, it started thunderstorming for about 6 hours. And so we're just in the woods with a bunch of other weirdos who like to do this type of thing. We were the only non-weirdos there, I think, right? And we're just running, and it's lightning, and it's thundering, and our clothes are soaking wet, and we have to change shoes, and Chris couldn't even fit, bless this man. He did another 32 miles with shoes that would not fit because he couldn't fit his feet in. So all these things happen. And then the exaggeration part, I was watching Sound of Music with Michael and Maggie last week. You know, that beautiful vista of the Austrian Alps. And I told Michael, I said, that kind of looks like what we had to run on. And he said, I've been to northern Oklahoma. I know that's not true. But it was a lot hillier than Houston. I can assure you of that. So there were things that went not to plan during the thing. And yet we knew. We talked about this on the trail too. It's okay. It's okay. And, you know, our kids had been checking in on us. And what do we say to the kids? Because it's so hard to impress your kids. I don't know. Does anybody else have that problem? It's so easy to impress when they're like 5. Ours are 22 and 28. And it's like, cool story, Mom. You know, no matter. Not that we were doing it to impress the kids, but we do want to make the kids proud, you know. And so, well, what do we tell the kids if we can't finish? Because there were times we're like, okay, we're not going to quit now, but we feel like it. Let's try to make it to the next aid stop, try to make it to the next this. We said, well, we can tell them, we tried something we didn't know we could do. We tried something, that was the success. We tried something we did not have a guaranteed success of. So I invite you, if that is true for you right now, if there's something that you are yearning to do, something you're yearning to take on, some place you maybe even want to forgive someone, some place you want to do something you've never done before. Don't wait for the guarantee of success to do it. The success is in deciding to say yes to it, to making one movement towards it. And when you make one movement towards it, the universe opens up to you, honey. Goodness is running after us, right, Joanne? God's goodness is running after me. The goodness of the universe is running after you. So you just make one movement. You have to say, is this quite the right thing to do? It's all right. Your consciousness is there. So I want to close by sharing with you this last little bit from this lady that I'm just so inspired by. So this was about a week before Chris and I went on the 100K. This lady named Natalie Grabeau. Some of you may have heard this. She just became the oldest woman at 80 years old to complete an Ironman triathlon in Hawaii. Okay, at 80 years old, 16 hours and 45 minutes. She made it in 15 minutes before the cutoff time. She had to swim 2.4 miles, bike for 112 miles, and then run 26.2 miles through the lava fields and crosswinds and everything that happens on that island. And you know, she said when they asked her about it, that she said that what was her advice for people? And her advice was, enjoy the journey. Take a rest when you need to. And she said, the most important thing is to enjoy the journey. She said, my day-to-day training is what I love the most. So when we receive this boon, when we have this realization, and we come back and we put it into practice in our daily lives, all of a sudden, the things that seemed mundane before, they have an opportunity to be holy, because that's how we are seeing them. All of the things that we thought were means to an end in some way, we can hold them with greater reverence because they are part of the journey as well. So I just invite you, the other thing I want to share with you about Natalie that I found so fascinating, because her story is one of, yes, somebody at 80 doing something that most of us wouldn't attempt. That's a wild challenge. It's a wild challenge. She did not learn to swim until she was 60 years old. So something came alive in her and called her into this. So this is not a woman that's just been gifted her whole life. She's just accidentally running around doing marathons. No, this was something that she was called to do. And against what people would say, all odds, she did it. So the last little piece I want to share on our hero's journey on this part, the sacred return, is that you don't have to know all the steps. You don't have to know all the steps. And in fact, if you wait to know all the steps, it's kind of like waiting to know that success is guaranteed. You'll never move. You'll never move, because that's not going to happen. And it's not needed to happen. We can become so much more interesting stories when we have people when we have failure stories, actually. And we can meet one another in places of our vulnerability. That's where we meet. That's where we have compassion. And so oftentimes, what we think we're going to have the whole picture, and we don't, we get frozen, we get stuck. And the final thing I'll say from that night with the 100K, so we started at 7 in the morning, and we finished at 4:30 the next morning. That was not the plan. We planned to go a lot quicker than that. And at the end, we're in the dark, and Chris had a headlamp. It completely broke. I had a headlamp, and it burned out. There are no street lights. We're out in the middle of the country. There's nothing. All we had was a flashlight, this big. And as effective as it is on this stage in the broad daylight, not very. That's about how effective it was in the middle of the night in the woods. So it got to a point about mile 51, and we had 13 more miles to go with this. That's all we could see was this in front of us. And took the next step, and took the next step. And I know y'all have been in places like that too. Some of y'all might be in places like that now, where you don't know, you can't see the finish line. You know it's out there somewhere. You know that this thing is not going to last forever. Everything that has come into form has not come to stay, but come to pass. And yet all you can see is right here, right now. Let that be enough. Let that be enough, but let yourself be here in a spiritual community where we can nurture and empower each other along that way. And hold each other up, and use your own times of darkness to help others when they can't see beyond that step, to take the next one, and take the next one, and take the next one. So I thank you all for being here today. May you be blessed. May you know that it's the day-to-day training. It's your day-to-day lives that are sacred, that your very presence makes your life holy, that you very showing up and bringing yourself is enough, is fully and utterly enough, and we are all blessed by every one of you. So will you join me in prayer now? So what I know and affirm for each person in the sound of my voice, in our community, all of our fellow humans, is that each one of us has dreams, aspiration, things that we want to see come to fruition. Each one of us has obstacles and challenges that we're not uncertain how we can get past or how they will be resolved. And yet, what I also know is that transcending all of these things, beyond all things, there is a power greater than that within each one of us. Greater than all the ways that we have limited ourselves. Greater than all the ways we have even dreamed of our successes. There's something even greater in us ready to be revealed. That we can fully and completely, truly rest in the knowing that we are perfect, whole, complete, and that perfection is being revealed even in what seems like imperfection. It is all included in the love of the divine. And so may you be blessed in all that is yours to do on every area of the path. May you know the power within you. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all so much for being brave, heroic people on the journey, and for showing up and for letting yourselves be seen, and for all the ways that you shine your light at Unity. We're so grateful for you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Stacy. You all received a affirmation card when you came in today, and if you missed one, we have them for you on the way out. And I just invite you all for week 5 of our Touchstone series. Let's speak the words of this affirmation together. Today, I live from my deepest truth. I honor all of creation, including myself, as living expressions of divine love. And this is meant to remind you through the week of the greatness within you that we're seeking to all evoke now. So now it's time that we give our gifts financially to the church. So if you have something that you feel like you've been blessed by, we invite you to return that blessing in this way. The spiritual principle is that we give to where we are spiritually fed. So as you hold your gift in your hand or on your phone, we have an affirmation that we speak every week, and let's do that together now. Ready? Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. And we are so grateful. Amen.
Think about it. There must be higher love down in the heart or written in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart, I look inside of mine. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk blind and we try to see, falling behind with what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love that I keep thinking? The world's a turning, and we keep hanging on, facing our fears, standing out there alone. A yearning, and it's real to me. There must be someone who's feeling for me. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk blind and we try to see. Or come behind with what could be. Here we go. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. With that higher love that I keep thinking of. Sing it again and again. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Oh, where's that higher love that I keep thinking of? I could light the night up with my soul on fire. I can make the sunshine from pure desire. Let me feel that love come over me. Let me see how strong it could be. Let's take it higher.
Taking it higher.
We're taking it higher.
Taking it higher.
We gotta go higher.
Taking it higher.
Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Oh, what's that higher love that I keep thinking of? Yes, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. We can rise above. We can rise above with a higher love. Sing it again. Sing me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. We'll rise above. We can rise above with a higher love.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Just some quick reminders here at the end of our service. We have Sound Healing Journey as our midweek at Unity with Tanette. This is our second highest attended thing we do all month. You need to come. Childcare is available by request. Our teen and preteen fun gathering is happening this Saturday. Lucky Strike Bowling. We do need you to register for that. Go to the homepage for more information. We have the volunteer fair after the service out there in the courtyard. And one more thing, just last minute ad, our Spanish ministry has created an ofrenda that is an altar for the Day of the Dead. It's the way that we honor those that we love who've already passed over. So make that available to yourself today. Go over into the art gallery in the bookstore building. That's happening right after the service. Our prayer partners will be available down front to pray with you. And now let's welcome our kids. Come on, this is Stephen Krugler.
candy. And we're looking for 50 cars next year. Okay, 50. So, okay, thank you.
All right, Stephen, we're going to go ahead and close the service. He's recruiting already, this man, and I want to tell you, when he says it's for the kids, he means it. His heart for these children, for your children and grandchildren, is so deep. We love you, Stephen Krugler. We invite you now to stand as you're able as we sing our peace song to close our service.
Say with me the words of our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And today we proclaim that God is good
all the time.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
In a beautiful world.
In a beautiful world.
So put a smile on your face.
Put a smile on your face.
And shine your light in the world.
Shine your light in the world.
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Oh, in a beautiful world.
In a beautiful world.
So put a smile on your face.
Put a smile on your face.
And shine your light in the world.
Shine your light in the world.
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
In a beautiful world.
In a beautiful world.
So put a smile on your face.
Put a smile on your face.
And shine your light in the world.
Shine your light in the world.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
In a beautiful world.
In a beautiful world.
So put a smile on your face.
Put a smile on your face.
And shine your light in the world. It's a beautiful